Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a lesson going into Sundown Towns. And this lesson was inspired by a video I saw from the Akia Manatazat. His YouTube is GMS Get This Work. And Lord willing, I'll leave a link of the video in the description box, because I'm not going to play the whole thing, but we're going to play a lot of it. It's like 15 minutes long, but we're only going to play about, maybe 6 to 8 minutes of it. But yeah, for those of you, Akiyam and Akwatha don't know where the Sundown Town is, which I'm sure the majority of you do. It's pretty much a town where, if you're primarily, a so-called Negro, if you're found in these towns, in these various towns across America, after sundown, they can very well cost you your life. And here it is. You got Jake, celebrating Juneteenth, under the perception that they're no longer in captivity, which is the furthest thing from the truth. Because here it is, like the title of the brother's lesson is. It's 2023. There's Sundown Towns in 2023, man. If there was any righteousness in this man, through his law and, through his teeth, okay, which is his iron teeth, which comes in the form of his military, his police, his authority, his FBI, so on and so forth. This man could eradicate any form of a sundown town, man. But no, okay, what you're going to find out is that these sheriffs and cops on the police force in these towns, they're hey, that's the snare of the fowler, man. You see, they'll pull you over and call in the Goonies on you, man, and take part in taking your life, man. And this stuff still goes on today, man. You see, so, you Jake out there, man, you are drunk. Okay, but not with wine or strong drink. Okay, and a lot of you are gonna get caught up, by this modern day Assyrian, in these latter days, not understanding or realizing who your enemy is, man, and that you're in the battlements, okay, and you're in a war, you're in a battlefield, as you live in America primarily. This man in scripture goes into how he hunts our steps, man. I believe that's let's start there. That's Lamentations, the 4th chapter. Let's start there. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4. And you stupid niggas trust this man. Let's start here. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 17, it reads, "As for us," right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, "our eyes as yet failed for our vain help," right? Vain going into what? Empty help. You see? And our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us, right? You claim that you're Democrat or Republican. The majority of you stupid so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans claim Democrat. You're not even realizing what you're involving yourself in. You don't even understand that, these people, these two parties are on the same team. And they're not for your turn. You see, you still going to the voting booth, setting a king over you of the heathen. You still trust in this man's education. You trust in this man's philosophies, his religion, his ways of life. You're leaning upon getting reparations, which is not going to happen. You so-called Negroes, are fighting and striving for reparations, and you can see that this man has no intentions on giving you no reparations, man. He could have been did it, but that's not part of the plan. You see, this man wants to eradicate you, Jake, and again, you are gonna find that out the hard way in the days to come when Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai allows this man to open up. Right, verse 18, during the time of Jacob's trouble. Verse 18, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. And you're going to see that this is the case in the form of these sundown towns, man. They literally hunt Jake. You see? Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. Who is this talking about? Well, the buzzword here is eagles, man. This is echoing not only Obadiah, but what is it? Deuteronomy 28. Matter of fact, let's go get that. Let me finish this out. They pursued us upon the mountains, right? Governments, wherever we go, they're on our ass, right? They laid wait for us in the wilderness. Now, regarding this swifter than an eagle, when you go to Deuteronomy real quick, when you go to Deuteronomy 28, and I believe it's around 48, or 49 rather, 49 and 50, it reads, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 49, and it reads, the Lord shall bring a nation, and this is part of the curses, man. This man is on our ass because we're under the curses, Jake. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. And Mystery Babylon the Great. Hey, look at a map. This is the end of the earth. Okay, the west, where the sun goes down. As swift as the eagle flieth. There goes that eagle again. Hey, who's the representative of Babylon the Great, man? The American bald eagle, man. That's not a coincidence. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Right, this bastard English, man. You see in the Spanish too. Which came over here via the conquistadors. And those Spaniards, man, those Europeans, man. Okay? Hey, our people spoke the Lashawan Kodash, the Paleo Hebrew, man. Right? But that changed upon us going into captivity, man. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And again, evil E's history testifies against them, giving credence, that this man has, acted out these detestable offenses, man. This man has committed these atrocities. History testifies against him. You can simply Google and Wikipedia what evil E has done to us, man. It's in plain sight. And through his pride, he allows you to be able to search it out. You see, he allows you to be able to look into his past violence he's done to Jake. You see? And that's in his pride. But it's going to work out again. It's going to work against him. It's working against him now. You see, and ultimately it's evidence for court, man. Because court is in session. Check this out real quick before we get this clip. Now, this is from justice.tuvalu.education, right? And this is history and social justice. Now, this is a historical database of sundown towns, man. And you Akiyam, I'm gonna leave this in the description box. And for you Akiyam and Akwat to be able to go to your state, and you can see what sundown towns exist in your state. You see, because it's all over the country, and it was, ironically enough, a lot of them are primarily in the north, pursuant to that clip we're gonna watch, but we may not make it up to that point, But again, you Akiyam and Akwat can watch the video. I'm gonna leave the video, in the description box as well. But we can read a little into this. right? And it says, welcome to the world's only registry of Sundown Towns. Just click on the state to see an alphabetical list. Yeah, we just went into that right now. Check this out. A sundown town is not just a place where something racist happened. It is an entire community or even county that for decades was all Edomite on purpose, right? And there's something called redlining, which this man also does, where he doesn't allow you to live in certain parts of Babylon, man. You see, because why? Because of who you are. You being a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Access denied, man. You see? Giving credence that, hey, Jake, why are you celebrating Juneteenth? You fool. Right, let's continue on. All Edomite is in quotes because some towns allowed one Jake family to remain when they drove out the rest. Also institutionalized persons in there. And what they're doing here, they're trying to sugarcoat it. Is what they're trying to do here. You see, because these sundown towns in their true veracity, hey, you become unalive, okay, if you're found in these towns after dark. Okay, they delete you. They got dolls hanging up in these trailer parks of black dolls, Jake dolls, so-called Negro-looking dolls hanging from trees. Hey, there ain't no one Jake family living in no sundown town. They lying in here. They trying to sugarcoat it, But anyways, let's continue on. Also, institutionalized persons in prisons, hospitals, colleges, etc. live in servants in Edomite households. And Jake or interracial children in Edomite households do not violate the taboo. And they just, he say, she say, right? On purpose does not require a formal ordinance. If, for example, a Jake family tried to move in, encountered considerable hostility, and left, that would qualify the town as sundown towns. Now, I want to make another point. A lot of Jake goes missing, okay, in these sundown towns, man. And again, because law enforcement is involved, these cases are unsolved. These are unsolved mysteries, man. Let's just make sure we throw that out there. All right? So it's easy for them to draw up a narrative, to look in some form, shape, or fashion justifiable, right? Note that some sundown towns kept out Chinese Americans, JWs, Mexican Americans, right, which are Jakes, Native Americans, Jakes, right, even Mormons. You see, so hey, this stemmed across the board when it comes to our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You see it, right? Who gives a damn about them Chinese and JWs? Hey, they fall in the same category as these heathen. But needless to say, let's continue on. Not all towns are thoroughly confirmed. Look over the information provided, and we'll pretty much leave that right there. I just wanted to read into that briefly. Again, I'm going to leave this on the description box, Lord willing, for you Akiyama and Awaf to look into this to see what sundown towns exist in your area, in your state, because again, this is still a and this is still a threat to our people, man, in 2023. So this is good for us to know, and the Spirit led me here. The Wadi Yahweh Bashmi Shai for me finding this. But needless to say, hey, let's get this, let me just go here real quick so we'll be ready to get back into the scriptures. And let's go grab this clip real quick from the brother Manatazat. Now I'm going to play about maybe 6 to 8 minutes of this clip and pretty much let it play through. And Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwafa edified.
Can't be out here at night. This is Sundown Town. What's that?
People who don't know, what is a sundown town?
Sundown Town is an area that posts the law no blacks after sundown. And they did that for a reason.
What is the reason?
I thought you were familiar with the hood. Let's be carrying on more after sundown. They'd be robbing and looting. Matter of fact, look up Walmart being diversified by blacks. You'll find plenty of monkey shines.
Oh my God.
Do I look like I'm a part of the modern world?
In the history of America, there were towns in the United States called Sundown Towns. Now, those of you who are not from America that could be watching this video, a sundown town is basically a town full of racist white supremacists, male and female. And if you're a black person in that town at nightfall, then they will attack and take your life. You understand what I'm saying? So even in 2023, you still have sundown towns in America, but yet America will go to a lot of your countries and try to tell you about democracy and human rights, but yet they have sundown towns in America. Case in point, you have a brother that's going to detail some things that he experienced going in certain sundown towns. Let's roll that.
We don't have Volvos here. We don't park Volvos here.
So in the video, you can see the lady talking about basically telling him, you're in a sundown town. You need to get the hell out of here right now. This has happened to me on multiple occasions. The verbiage is never going to be specific. You just got to listen to what white supremacists are saying. One time I'm in the 70-76 interchange, small town in Pennsylvania. Hella trucks go through it every day, all day. I pull over to the side of this dirt road, ask this non-threatening white man who's walking, hey, which way do I go? And he looked so like a regular cool white person. But the way he talked to me, the verbiage that he used, let me know I was not welcome. He was just like, do you know where you at? You know, it's not too many of y'all that look like you that's over here. And just different little stuff. And he got more, not violent, but the more aggressive in his verbiage with every freaking word. He was trying to let me know, because he was like, oh, this ninja can't take hints. And I couldn't. He was telling me, get your black out of here. So y'all need to learn how to pay attention when white people are talking.
This motherfucker jumps on my car. Gets right in front of my car. Get off! Move! What are you doing? Get off my car! He's still on my car. Get the fuck off my car.
Yo, let me tell y'all as quickly as I can about my night in a sundown town. Excuse me. Yes, I said that correctly. A sundown town. 2022, a sundown town. For those who don't know what a sundown town is, look it up on Google. But anyway, so I get a load going to a particular city in Texas, and I'm like, okay, well, let me head on over here and drop this off. They're gonna pay me this much. That's perfect. I like that. It's a quick 200 miles, make it quick. You know, whatever the amount was, great, cool. I get there, and I look at the exit. I'm like, wait a minute. It took me to exit 861A. For those who don't know, it's a place called Vidor, Texas, V-I-D-O-R, V-I-D-O-R. I'm like, uh-oh, I've heard stories. Like pretty much everybody I know in Texas that's black tells me, do not go to Vidor, Texas. I'm like, okay. Yet here I was in Vidor, Texas. My load didn't deliver until this morning. This is from the perspective of yesterday. Didn't deliver until tomorrow at 8. It was like 5:30. So I I get to the place. I'm not giving names of companies or anything like that. But while I'm driving to the place, I see trailer parks. I see a bunch of Confederate flags. I saw a doll of a black man. It was just a doll wrapped in a Confederate flag hanging from a tree by its neck. That's the type of stuff I saw in Vidor, Texas, which led me to believe that the reputation was fairly earned. I get there, the security guard says, hey, we got a code red. The guy gets on the phone, is like, hey, I can't, I don't want to be responsible for this guy's safety. Let me go ahead and find somebody because we stopped taking loads at 4 o'clock. But I'll get somebody over here from the other side of the plant. Tell them to hang on. So I hang on. I'm doing what I got to do. Finally, somebody comes by about 15 minutes later. The guy said, let me hurry up and get you unloaded. He quickly gets me unloaded. And they said, dude, you might want to get up out of here as soon as possible. We're at sundown. You want to leave here now. Don't stop until you at least get to Beaumont. I was like, okay. He was like, no, seriously, I said, well, what about the police? Why aren't the police there? Police turned a blind eye. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do what you said. He said, yeah, man, I don't want to see you getting in any trouble. So I went ahead and I took off, headed to Beaumont. I went to the Petro in Beaumont, slept there, and I had my Armalite Rifle 15 with me, slept with a couple of extra magazines, but I'm safe, y'all. But that was my night in the sundown.
As a born and raised Texan, Black people please do not stop in Vidor, TX. It's one of the many sundown towns in Texas. Keep pushing and do not stop.
Look like you just over here.
In this society, in America, and the beautiful thing about the internet is that it's exposing everything in real time. And people all over the world can see this. And it's a beautiful thing. Sundown towns should not be in existence. But let me tell you really how black people got caught up in those sundown towns. So these brothers you talking about are truck drivers, or maybe a person get lost somewhere. People have went to gas stations and they try to warn you and let you know, say, hey, you know where you at? They say, it's not a good place for you to be. You probably want to leave. So they'll try to warn you to get out of town. But if you are caught, this is normally how they get you. The white supremacists are the police too. They the police chief, they all the police. So what they'll do is the police will pull you over. For nothing, literally. They pull you over and then they'll call their white supremacist friends. And then the police will take you somewhere, and then they let their white supremacist friends, and they're going to get involved with it too. And then they're going to, torture you, and they're going to unalive you. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to get rid of the evidence in the car because they're the police. That's what they do in these sundown towns. So letting you know. There's not no random Klan to show up with no, it's the police. That's who is the Klan, right?
And if you right, and Philip Scott. Now it's funny. I used to watch him, prior to getting into the truth. I used to watch him a lot actually, and I don't know if you Akiyam and Akwath remember, but he interviewed what's his name? Bishop Nate. Right, some time ago. But needless to say, he's right regarding the internet. He had made a statement on the internet that the internet is exposing this man, Esau Edom, real time. Because there should not be any sundown towns in existence, man. And this is just one of many. And those of you that don't know, the internet is biblical. Okay, it's referred to as the unicorn. And there's many scriptures proving that the internet is a device of Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai. You can make a whole lesson on it, proving that. Brothers have done it already. But needless to say, this is one of many atrocities, okay, that are still going on today. That's just going to be another indictment, okay, on Esau Edom, the so-called white man, upon the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. Let's go here. Let's go back to the scriptures. And that's pretty much it on that. There's maybe like, 7 minutes left of that video. And again, you Akiyam and Akwath can watch that. But hey, the scriptures don't lie. Let's go here to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9 and verse 13, and it reads, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill. Who's been given power to kill, man? Who was blessed with the sword back in Genesis, the 27th chapter? Okay? Pursuing Romans 13, this man does not bear the sword in vain, man. Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has been given the power to kill. Who's given them that power? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see, and we got to stand clear of this man. You see, and our defense is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Walk in the path of righteousness, man. Keeps us safe from this man, us being obedient. Right? Our obedience equals a hedge of protection. Let's continue on. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault. Hey, don't make a mistake. And you had that one Jake saying, hey, you got in the phone chimed in. You had that one Jake saying that you got to listen to what these white supremacists be saying to you when you're in these towns. You know, because in a way they be warning you. You be getting warnings, you know. Hey, and you taking heed to that warning, and that's you not making a fault. Hey, make no mistake. Why? Lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, which are traps, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. Hey, Mystery Babylon the Great is one big city, man. America is made up of cities. You see? The daughter of Babylon. Hey, this place is a war zone for you, Jake. For those of you out there still celebrating Juneteenth, thinking you free. But here it is. You make one wrong turn on a road trip, and that's your ass. But the beautiful thing about this is, you know, evil E first and foremost, you know, this man's going to be rewarded, you know, for this violence, you know, that he's afflicted upon Jacob, man. You know, there's a penalty, you know, for what he has done. You know, and then upon the return of our Lord, as these calamities begin to become more severe, you know, as they increase, you know, you regular Joe six-pack Edomites, you heathen, hey, and even 230 you Jake, hey, you're gonna be scripture goes, and let me go here real quick, you're gonna be a ransom, okay, for the righteous, man. The book of Proverbs, chapter 21, and verse 18, and it reads, the wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. What's this mean? Let's get this word ransom real quick.
Ransom.
Now it goes into a sum of money. Other payment demanded. Let me see something real quick. We know that. Let me see something real quick. Let's do this. I like that right here. Hey, ransom in the Merriam, right? A consideration paid or demanded for the release of someone or something from captivity. And isn't the northern and southern kingdom, so like, yeah, I'd rather southern and northern. Let's keep it, you know, in order. You know, southern being the head kingdom. Isn't southern and the northern kingdom in captivity to this very day? Pursuing the Jeremiah. Let's go get this real quick. Jeremiah 50, real quick. And 33. Okay, the children of Israel, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, refuses to let us go. You see, but ultimately they have no choice, because upon the return of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai is going to loose us, okay, from these yokes, okay, and these fetters of iron, man. And his return is going to come with a buildup of destruction, okay, where you people, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, you heathen, the rest of you heathen, and even 230 you, Jake, you're going to be ransomed. You're going to be a payoff to us being protected as these calamities begin to increase on the planet Earth, man. This is why when you go to Psalms 91, it goes into how 1,000 shall fall by thy side, man. And 10,000, we might as well go get it. That's why it's going into that, man. You people are going to be being sacrificed on behalf of the elect. Lord willing, we're probably that precious number. The book of Psalms, chapter 91, I'm going to go straight to the point. In verse 7, and it reads, 1,000 shall fall by thy side. Whose side? The righteous side, man. As a matter of fact, let me, Salakia, let me start up. Let me read these first two verses and then we'll jump down, right? The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 1, and it reads, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. And what's the secret place of the Most High? This word, this truth, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Walking in obedience is going to grant you that hedge, right? I will say, and the phone chimed in, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. Let's get this word real fast. Psalms 91. I want to get this word refuge real quick.
Strong's H4268. Machseh. Machseh. Second entry. Machaseh. Machaseh.
Right. And it goes into what? Shelter. Right? Hope. Trust. Right? Refuge. Shelter. Right? From rain or storm. From danger. From danger, man. And that all starts with what? You got to have the name of the Lord, man. Pursuing the Proverbs 18. Let's go there. You got to have the name of the Lord in order to even qualify to be in that refuge, man. Proverbs 18 and 10, and it reads, the name of the Lord Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, right, is a strong tower. The righteous, which is the elect, Lord willing, we're probably that precious number, runneth into it and is safe. You see that? The righteous runneth into it and is safe, man. So it starts with that name. Let's go back to Psalms 91. Just proving that refuge. You see? Let me jump down. Right, let's jump down. To verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side. Woo! Whose side? The righteous side. And 10,000 at thy right hand. Who are these individuals that are going to be falling, man? Hey, we read it in Proverbs 21, man. The wicked, man, and the transgressors, man, they're going to be ransomed. Which goes into a payoff, man. Let's continue on. But it shall not come nigh thee. Let's blow this up. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. See, there's a reward coming for you bastards, man, that have done this to our people. You're not going to continue on in your pride and being able to boast against our power and his people. No, man. And there's a reward coming, man, in the form of judgment day, in the form of the day of doom, man. And it's going to be a build-up to that, man. It's going to be a build-up to that in the form of these calamities, teeth of wild beasts, the pestilence, these diseases, man. Okay? Hey, civil unrest, violence, man. Violence. Evil. Evil, man. And ultimately, hey, the sword, those missiles, man. Those arrows. Those ICBM missiles. The weapons of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's indignation. You see? Hey, that's going to be the perfection of the judgment that's going to be executed on Mystery Babylon the Great, turning this place into a lake of fire. You can read about in Revelations 18. See, evil is going to pay for what he has done. Let's close out right here. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 25. It's a damn shame, man. There's sundown towns in America in 2023. And you, Jake, are celebrating Juneteenth thinking you free? Man. Scriptures is right when it goes into you being revolted and gone. What's that, Jeremiah? You niggas are revolted and gone, man. The whole head is sick, right? Ezekiel 25:12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom, right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them, right? And that came in the form of what? The transatlantic slave trade, man. And the continuous persecution, okay, upon the southern kingdom, man, even to this very day. And it's, and Judah wasn't the beginning of this evil. No, these niggas came upon the northern kingdom first, man. After they came out of the after they came up out the pit. You see? These niggas got themselves together in the form of the Renaissance period, when upon the revival of the Roman Empire, right? And the first kingdom they afflicted was the northern kingdom. You see, they came over here, right? And what? Persecuted the so-called Native Americans, man, and the rest of the Taino tribes, man. You see, the native tribes, man, the northern kingdom. They committed damn near genocide, man, on God. And then they made their way to the west coast of Africa and started taking the southern kingdom from that point on. You know, because Jake was all over the north, West Africa. You know what I mean? Hiding out from these niggas, man. But biblical prophecy had to be fulfilled. You know, but the beautiful thing about it is that there's a reward that's coming upon you wicked. And you're not going to be able to escape or remove your necks, all right, from the evil that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring upon you. Let's continue on. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 25 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Missiles are going to be flying, man. I will lay my vengeance upon Edom. How, Lord? By the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord. And mind you, this is going to take place, after we're restored, man. When we've been given those new bodies, you see, and we're going to be meditating terror. That recompense is going to be divine. It's going to be a divine recompense, man. Because it's going to come in the form of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's fury and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's vengeance, man. It's going to be a bad time to be an Edomite. You see? Hey, but you must pay for what you've done. It will be a marvel if one stiff-neck escape, man, and goes unpunished, man. Everything you do in this life, hey, it comes with a price. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf were edified. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halalium La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom.